Today, I'm joined by the Vermilion Ag Society president, Justin Clark, who's here today to talk to me about a few of the ag events that will be taking place at the Vermilion Fair this year. And so, thank you so much for being with me today, Justin.
Happy to be here. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in the next couple of days.
All right, Justin, so let's start with horses. You guys will be having normal equine as well as heavy horse events. Talk to me a little bit about a few of those events that will be taking place throughout the fair.
The horse events will have a whole variety of things. And as I've mentioned with other organizations and such, we try to keep things a little bit being able to be fluid. So we like to kind of make sure that, yes, we have things scheduled, and absolutely take a look at our website. As things evolve, they'll be in there. But for some highlights for the light horse show, I think they're doing a dressage show this year in front of the grandstand. Our heavy horse show, we're always super excited to see those big animals trotting around the grounds. A lot of those guys actually will come from Calgary and area soon after the Stampede, and we're very privileged to have them here. So for the most part, that stuff is all scheduled as it has historically been. But we'd like to make sure people are directed to our website because sometimes we need to make little pivots. And so that's where we post our updates.
All right, Justin, tell me a little bit about the cattle shows that we are going to be having at the Vermilion Fair, as there is quite a large amount of cattle producers here in the Lakeland area.
Our beef show is it's always really cool. Again, our website will kind of have any updates as far as those things go, but we're really excited to be hosting those. We've gotten some big donations to kind of come through in a new way with some of those shows. So big shout out for the people who have worked so hard and who have given to make this show work this year. There'll be some small subtle changes with it. To the average eye, you might not catch it, but there's been some big motions, big gestures from some individuals on that. So we really do appreciate it.
And then the last livestock events will be the sheep shows. So tell me a little bit about those.
So the sheep, there's a good chance you might see me or my kids running around in that. It's my youngest, or I guess my oldest son's favorite show, and it's just such a staple of our society, that sheep show. The barns are open, not just for the sheep. I'll emphasize that all the barns are open for the general public to go through, and we highly encourage it. There's often demos going on. There's often all sorts of headings. You can do all of those things, and so with all three of those that we've just chatted about in all of our barns, we welcome the general public to please go through. There's a lot of people that put hours and hours and hours in the effort, probably hundreds of hours, into showing those animals. And so catching just the pure show is just part of what we offer here on the grounds.
And finally, Justin, tell me a little bit about the importance of volunteers and the work that goes into making this show possible, as well as a little bit of the work that goes into afterwards and how important that is for you in the Egg Society.
I do want to just do a big shout out. We had our work bee this past Saturday. We had over 150 people show up to the grounds and put a full day's solid work into our grounds. So I want to do a huge shout out to that crew, as well as just maybe a little bit of heads up for anybody who's willing. On Sunday the 30th, so after the fair is all wound up, we always have our cleanup, and that's when our unsung heroes show up. So if there's anybody who's willing to throw a little bit of extra labor into helping put the grounds away in a nice sort of fashion so we can be ready now for next year, we're always looking for those individuals as well.
Thank you so much for all the information, Justin, and be sure to check out the Vermilion Fair. There's going to be all sorts of different events outside of the ag events that will be happening from July 27th to July 29th.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me.